Hello friend, welcome to my channel Interview Crackers. Today I have learned Angular 9 plus code operation with Firebase. In this tutorial we learn insert, edit, update and delete operation. These are operation in cover CRUD operation with Firebase database. So first step, go to Firebase google.com. Then we create a new Firebase project. So type in URL firebase.google.com. So let's see, we on a Firebase website. So you can see the all product, use cases, pricing, doc, support, etc. These are menu. So we go to console for create a new project. So we can go to console, then in a console page we can see, then click the add product, then type your project name. My project name like angular 9 CRUD. Then click to continue button. You can see enable Google Analytics for this project. You can turn off, or if you want to, so you can turn on. We can choose option turn on, then click continue. Now you can select configure Google Analytics. We have changed default account for 5 years, then create project. Now processing is running. After finishing up, we can get the button continue to move the next step. So you can see your new project is ready. So scroll down and click the continue button. Now so you are enter with new project Angular 9 CRUD operation. So you can see the three icon: iOS, Android and web. You want to click web and registered app, write your app name Angular 9 CRUD operation, then click registered app. Now you can see the script you can use in the environment.ts file in Angular 9 project. So you can copy here and you can copy here and you can save it to in local system, notepad, sublime, etc. So we can save it sublime text for using when we use the environment.ts file. So continue console. So you can now go to database. In database you can create the real-time database. Once we load the database page, this is loaded. Scroll down. Now you can click on the create database button. Now you can choose the start in test mode and you can see rules read write is true. So this is the by default rules. So once is a project is so database is ready, so you can choose here real-time database to Firestore database. So you can see the rules. This is a real-time database rules, but we switch the Firestore database. So you can select the drop down and select the cloud Firestore. So we can work today cloud store database, real-time update, powerful queries and automatic scaling. So you can choose the start and test mode, then you can see the database rule, then click the next button. Now you can done. Now you can see in this screen, you can see the store collection. So first we need to create a collection. We add then a new collection employee, then click the next button. This is auto generate id, so we can delete it and save. So you can see here is collection is added for employee. You can add the fields. It is a document, it is a employee collection. So we got successfully added the employee collection. Now we go to our Angular app, and now you can go the src under environment.ts for add the Firebase API key or domain database URL project ID. So you can copy the subline API keys. We can copy the all Firebase config files here and copy and paste to here under the Firebase bracket and save it. Now we can move to, now our environment TSR file is completed. Now we can move to under the app module.ts. Now we import the all Firebase modules. So first we can import file bracket from angular fire module from @angular fire. Now we import import bracket angular fire database module from, so sorry, we can write wrong spelling of form. We can write database angular file database modules. So we can, sorry, we can change the spelling mistake from from from. So next move to import module, import import bracket from, we can implement the environment.ts file in this line. So we go the, I think it is a single, I think it's a single dot then slash environment.ts. Now we can write in double bracket environment. Now import next module import angular-firestore module from angular-firestore. Now we have done all the modules, so we can import section angular fire module. We can then initialize app environment.firebase. We can using the under the environment folder environment.ts under the firebase, so files are included in the angular fire module. So next we import the angular fire database module, then we import angular fire store module. Now we have done the all modules in import. Now we can run the app for check if have any error or not. So we can type the command ngserve, enter. It is taking some time for load the all dependency. See, all dependencies are load and successfully compile. So now we can go the browser, type in URL localhost colon 4200. Now you can see app component is running fine. Now we can app component is running fine. So now we can go to app component.html file. Now we can add the form in m component HTML. We can make we can add the employee app for store the all data on a Firebase storage cloud. So first we make a navigation bar like class Nav Bar. Write the my channel name into crackers. We can define first Nav Bar dark, so we can use the heading interview crackers my channel. So if you want to more tutorial for Angular, so you can go type the YouTube interview crackers. You can find the all tutorials here. So now you can see nav bar is created. Now we styling the nav bar. So expect is slow. So once expect is open, now you see the element tab. We can navbar dark class. Navbar class we can add the background color. So we enter under the navbar CSS background. We choose the black. I think black is fine. Now we can choose the color CSS white and font size. Now we add the font size. Is it 22 px. Now copy your CSS and go to component app component.ts file, app.component.ts file, then paste here and save it. Now you can open your browser and refresh, save it. So page is saved. Now we go to next form module. We add a class container, then row, then we create a our Angular app title Angular 9 with Firebase crud app. So save it. Now open your browser, you can see title is show Angular 9 with Firebase crud app. Now we want to center alignment, so we can add the class justify contain center, and we can use the padding 5. So now save it. Once this process is done, then reload is auto reload this page, and you can see Angular 9 with Firebase crud app is a center line. Now we use the padding. We can use the padding 3. You sorry 2. Now move to next class from group, from the add the form fields, from group, enter. Now we can first add the input type tags, class from control, placeholder, enter the employee name. We can store the r employee detail like employee name, employee age, employee address. So we can using the 3 fields: employee name, employee age, and employee address. So first field we can set the employee name, then we can save it. Then you can see the browser. See the first input tag is successfully added. Enter employee name. Now we can go to next step, add the employee age and employee address. So now you can I will copy and paste here 2 times. First we change the name to age, and we change the type text to number. Now we change the name to address. Now we save it. Now you can see 3 input field add successfully. You can check numbers is enter. Now move to next. We want to add button, so we can again define a class from group, then button. We naming the button create record, sorry, create employee record. Now we can add the class btn dash primary. Now save it. You can see our all input field is added and one create employees button is added. So our form is ready. You can see the all fields, name, age, address and button. Now we need to add all fields. So we can take in the three collection data fields, because we need to collection data field to store the all data on the Firebase data cloud. So we can take in the four variable. My first variable employee is a string. Now we take in the second variable, employee name is also a string. Now we take in the third field is employee age, which is string. Now we take in the fourth field, employee address. Now it is a string. Sorry, employee is a string, is a number, so we can data type is a number. So save it. Now we need to add one more module, forms module, for execute the form functionality in our component. So we gonna import a form module, angular/forms. We can write the form modules. So now import browser module and then form modules. Now it is save it. Now we go to app component.ts. Now we need to create a service. Service means we need to create a service to send the HTTP request to the Firebase data cloud. So we in a service we define the all function like add employee, create employee, etc. So first we need to add ng model for get the data in a ts file. So first we add ng model with name, employee name. We can copy and paste just age, and we can change the ng model name employee name to employee age. Now we change the employee name third field, employee address. So this is a data dependency is done. So once we done the ng module data dependency, then we want to add disable. If all field is empty, then we don't click to create employee button, is a disable. We can add and not is a empty, is simply we add the end condition, employee age and employee address. This all field is empty, so we don't click to create button. Once is all field is all values fill in the field, so we can hit the button. So you can see button is disabled. First value enter, second value enter, H, and third value. Now button is enabled. So you can see if value is empty, then button is disabled. Now we need to create a service. So we can open the second terminal. Now we go to project Angular 9 dash Firebase app. Enter. Now we create a service ng, G for generate, S for service, service slash folder name, sorry, service class name crud. Enter. Now you can see service is defined successfully. So first go to the service folder. Under the crud service file, you can see import injectable file is a service. So now import the Firebase module angular-firebase-crud store from angular fire slash firestore. Now we add the under the constructor angular firestore fire service colon angular firestore. Now we need to create a method and like function create underscore new employee. When we send the all data view file to ts file, then under the ts file we can call the service create crud service, then create the function create new employee. So we go to the components file, then first we need to import the service and provider. So first import the service path. From I think it is a one dot and slash, so remove it dash slash under the service folder, that root service.ts file. Then we can add the under curly brackets root service and copy the root service and add then provider. So we can define the all service in the providers in a app module.ts file. So now save it. Now go to app component.ts file, import the service from one slash dot one slash under the service folder root service.ts file using and curly bracket we can enter the root service. Now we can define a constructor. Now we can add the root service colon root service. Now we can create a function, enter the event, click equal to double bracket create record. When we enter, we click the event, then call the create record function. Now go to app component.ts file, create a function, create record, then we want to use the service function here, create new employee. So first we need to add create flow. If we click the record button, then it should be, so for checking the our form is submitted or not, so we can add the alert and write the form is submit. We can check our function is run or not. So save it, then go to your browser. Now for enable the button, we enter the all values and click create employee button. Now you can see alert is a prompt, form is submitted. You can see form is submitted. Now function is run fine, our click event is a run fine. So you can see we can add the value daily, then click create event is work fine. Now we call the service. So this is a, we can use the, first we can use the let record for store the all values. So we can create a variable record for array type, it is open. Now we need to create value. Now we need to store the value in a array type variable, like we add the record like name and store the value this dot employee name. So we can store the all value like this. So in a second step we gonna record with bracket single colons age. We can write the age, then is equal to this dot employee age. We can add the r form value in a array variable. So you can see we can write this employee age. Now in a third step we can store the address value. So record address is equal to this dot employee address. Now we are and the individual value we can save the our array records. Now we can hit the service. Under the service create folder, create new employee method. So we can use this dot so this is error. Now we can add this sorry, I forgot the use public as a public service under the constructor. So first you need to add public as a constructor, then call the service. Now you can use this dot service name crud service dot method create new employee, then pass the r value record array value record dot, then we can response. After the response we can save the all value is a empty. So once we can submit the all data on a Firebase data cloud, once after the click event is a run, after service is a run, then we all value is a empty because we so now you can see create new employee. We can add the return this dot sorry we forget here as a public. We can add the public fire service, then we can use this dot fire service dot collection. In the collection field we can add dot add, that add under the we can write the record. In a collection field we can add the collection. We can make a employee collection on a Firebase project. You can see going to your Firebase console project, you can see this is a collection employee. So we add the employee collection in this collection field. Now is a create new employee function is a done. for add the all records. Now you can pass here after the response. We save the all value, form value again is empty, so we add this dot employee name, value is empty, then this dot employee age, this dot employee age is equal to undefined, because employees is our data type is a number, so we can set the value undefined. Now third, employee, this dot employee address is empty. Now we want to print the all response in a console, so we can use the console.log file, log, and write here response res. Now we add the, if our service is not run, then we can got error, so we can write a error function dot catch, it is a defined error equal to arrow. Now we can add console.log error. Now you can see catch function is done, all record data function done. So our service file is done. Now our app component file is done. Now we need, after the submit all the data, we need to show the message data is saved done or not, so we take a variable message, it is a string type. Then after the service is run, then we can, after the response, we can add the message value, this dot message is equal to double quotes employee data save done. Now save it. Now go to your app component.html5, we can define one more div class from group, div class group, then we add here value of message. So if form is submit and our data is stored in the database cloud, then we can show the message data is saved. So we can add the class now it is a default font, so I remove it, and we can add the bold properties. under the world properties we can set the all values. Now you can see all data is stored